Today, the president's chief economic advisor, Larry Kudlow, said that phase one is going to add a percentage point to GDP in the United States in 2020 and 2021. And he cited off a lot of numbers with respect to sales of American products into the Chinese market. Do you believe those numbers are attainable, both to the GDP and those specific categories of sales?
Yeah, so the aspirational goal of having an enormous amount of stuff that we can sell and all the dollars then that would flow into our economy makes a ton of sense. And to the extent that I think, that companies or farmers here can produce and towards those goals is great. But some of the increases, whether it's in agriculture or whether it's in manufacturing, are really big plus-ups over existing levels. And the idea that in 2020, in the current year, or even in 2021, you can completely transform the production side here and then achieve those economic growth goals, I'm just a little skeptical of. I mean, I have not seen their math, and they're smart people there, so the idea that they haven't thought about a ramp-up time, I don't, wouldn't mean to imply that, but at the same time, like how in the heck do farmers get a whole new cycle going today? They didn't get any assurances until today, and spring is just around the corner.
Larry's number on ag exports was an increase of $40 to $50 billion a year.
Yep.
Maybe more eye-popping is the one in manufacturing, which he cites as something like $75 billion a year. Can U.S. factories ramp up that quickly to sell? So, in other words, can we deliver on the supply side?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. So in 2017, manufacturing was exports to China were $127 billion a year. So that's $75 billion. That number is a huge plus up. I think we can get some of the way, and China will buy what it can from the U.S. But I'm skeptical we can make increases at that level. At the same time, when looking at what the market's doing, looking at how investors are going to react to this, there are a couple things I think investors were looking for. One was specifics, and this deal doesn't tell us specifics, so it doesn't tell us what under manufacturing or what products, what commodities under agriculture, what targets there are, and the administration has said they're not intending to reveal those specifics. So from an investor point of view, it's really hard to take these numbers kind of beyond just in general, these seem really great, and let's see what we can do.
So, Stefanie, you have some members of the administration calling this a watershed moment, saying this is a very big deal. It's very important. Kayla just told us that Mr. Lighthizer, who is a realist, said, look, it's not ideal, but, perhaps it's better than nothing. We know it's just phase one. You just said we don't have all the details. Was all of this worth it? Was the trade war worth it for what we just got for phase one?
Yeah, I mean, I've been back and forth with some folks around, are we going to actually be exporting more at the end of the day in 2020 relative to 2017 to China before this trade war even started? And the answer is it's kind of uncertain right now because we don't know all the details of the 2019 numbers for sure. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, the point wasn't on Chinese purchases. That was a part of it. But the other point was on tech transfer and IP theft. And what the administration said it wanted to do was really change the way that China interacted and engaged with U.S. companies. And I think that U.S. companies are starting to feel like some of those ways in which they weren't confident in their ability to do business successfully or durably in China may start to happen. Mm-hmm. So I think time will tell. I think more tariffs need to be rolled back, though, for U.S. companies to be extremely happy about this.
Quick answer. It took a long time to get to phase one. Do you expect phase two to be in place before the election, before the end of this year?
I think at least an announcement, at least sentiment needs to be very certain around rollback. Otherwise, it's hard for me to imagine Trump can get reelected.